位央视新闻的网友们，大家好！您现在在镜头中看到的
The viewers of CGTN, good morning. What you now see is the largest hydropower plant currently under construction in the world, which is called the Baihetan Hydropower Plant. Here we have a studio on site, and from where we are right now, you can see the river of the Jinsha flowing downwards. My name is Wan. I'm a reporter from CGTN, and today the construction will enter its final leg. And joined by my colleagues today, I will witness this very historic moment with all of you. And here we have two guests with us, and they are the chief engineer Chen Wen, who is the chief engineer of Baihetan Hydropower Plants. And we also have with us Tu Yangwen, Director 2, the Deputy Director of Constructions of the Baihetan Hydropower Plants. They will join me, giving you a more professional introduction of this plant. So we broadcast live on TikTok, on WeChat, as well as on other social media. You will have the chance of receiving some gift from CGTN. This plant stretches Sichuan province and Yunnan province. The studio is located in Sichuan province, and right across is Yunnan province. So this power plant is located right between these two mountains, and you can see that the tallest point is 289 meters, starting from 2013, and after 50 months, and today it will enter the final leg of construction, and they will start pouring concrete on the roof. And you have been on top of this for quite a number of years, and what is the most impressive moment? Well, I can tell you two observations. And the first is that I believe this is a mega plant. The second is that I feel that we were shouldering great responsibilities, and it's a great privilege to be involved in such a great livelihood project. So there's a lot of personal pride. The second observation I can share with you is that I feel I was shouldering great sense of responsibility, because we have to do a lot of construction underground. We have to stop the flowing of the river, and we have to build a dam. So there were a lot of engineering challenges. And at the very beginning, we set the target to deliver a classic project, a project for the country. So we really were under a lot of responsibilities and pressure. And also, this is a project that has attracted the attention of the world. So we shoulder the responsibility of push forward this industry, and also to take a lead in science and technology in this particular sector. Director Chen, I believe you are a very senior practitioner already. And how many projects have you personally participated in? I have been involved in Three Gorges Dam, and also Baihetan Hydropower plants and another plants. So I have been in my career for more than 30 years. And I have been living as a companion to the rivers. So as the practitioner in the hydropower industry, I love this profession. So what is your impression, Mr. Chen? So I started my career in 1984. I was involved in Gezhouba and then Three Gorges Dam. I was doing logistics management, and when the Baihetan Hydropower Station was kicked off, we had the original design capacity of 8 gigawatts. At the time, it was the largest in the world. And right now, I'm on top of this Baihetan Hydropower Plant, which is the largest hydropower plant under construction in the world. I have witnessed the glorious moments of China's hydropower industry. Starting from a couple of years ago, we have actually entered into a transition from made in China to creation in China. So all the key technologies of these hydropower plants are under our control, and this is also a request from General Secretary Xi Jinping. So as an ordinary engineer, it is my privilege to have the honor to dedicate my whole life, my whole career, to the MEC projects of the country. And so today, it is also our honor to have both of you here, sharing with our viewers your experience and your feelings. And from what they said just now, you can see that truly this is very difficult. There's a lot of challenges, and you can see that this is a dam of the equivalent height of more than 100 floors of buildings, and you will need a gigantic amount of cement poured and transmitted to the very top. I have my colleague who is right now at the roof floor of the dam, and he will give you a tour about some of the innovative methods used in the construction.
各位观众，大家好，我是央视记者朱新卫，在我的身后呢，就是
Dear viewers, my name is Zhu Xinwei. I'm a CGTN reporter, and behind me you can see this Baihetan Hydropower plants currently under construction. You can see that not all the holes of the dam are fully open, only 2 to 3 are open. But despite that, you can see these strong beams of river that is ejecting in the air, and you can also feel the vapor from this distance. And before coming to this position, I was told by engineers that the reason why this magnificent station is able to be situated here is that we have a fairy lady here. And what is this fairy lady, and what is the story behind this? And now we're going to enter into the construction site and unveil the secrets. I'm not a professional in this field, but I'm very glad to be helped by some of the professionals here. And now let's welcome Li Ling, who is a head of a construction team here. Introduce yourself, please. So I'm the captain of Division 4 of construction of Baihetan Hydropower Plant. Maybe some of the viewers already know the secret, the name of Qi Xianyu, or Fair Lady. So what is that? So this is actually an analogy, and we use the term Fairy Lady to address those cables and riggings that we are using, because they are just like a fairy lady who is able to fly and hover in the air and transport the different construction materials to the construction site. So right on our right hand, you can see that there are a couple of crane towers, and we have one main tower right over there. On our left side, we have some supplementary crane towers, and you can see that we even have a driver cabin on top of that. So between these two mountain ranges, there are different sets of cable riggings, and you can see that each set is of a different color, and there are altogether 7 different sets. So why are these different sets in different colors? Well, this is a coding system using color, and in actual practice, our operational staff, they will have to make a distinction between the different sets of cable riggings, and with the color, with the coding system, we are able to tell which rigging cable is under operation. Well, I believe that it is because there is a big distance between the two mountain ridges, and sometimes the visibility is not very good, and that is why we add a color coding to these different driver cabins. Exactly. So we have 7 different sets of operational rooms, and what is the working condition inside there? So our operators, they're inside, 70% of them, the females, because females, they are not risky, they are very meticulous, so they can guarantee safe and efficient operation of the cable riggings. So can you recommend one representative worker so that we can walk close to her and get to know more about their working conditions? So we're gonna enter into the green colored building. So this cable rigging is right now ready to start its daily operation. So which means that even if we get close to that cabin room, we won't be able to interrupt their operation. Exactly. So now we're going to enter into the operational room of cable rigging number 7. And as was introduced, this cabin operation room was about to be ready for today's operation. So even entering this room won't result in any interruption to their efforts. So this is the control room of the cable rigging, and this is the second floor. And the first floor is just a lounge room because when under operation, we take a shift. We take a shift every 2 hours, and they have to be high spirited, so they have to be very meticulous, and we take a shift every 2 hours. And right now we have a female operator of the cable rigging. And so, hi, why don't you say hello to our viewers? And do you mind if I ask a couple of questions? My name is Shili Juan. Well, let me ask one question. So, seeing the outside from here, so this is not a panoramic view. This is not a 360-degree view. How do you manage to control all this? So we are taking shifts. Each shift has 3 people actually. So this is our communication tool. This is a walkie-talkie, and we have another walkie here. So we communicate in a very seamless manner. So it's the close collaboration between the 3 people that ensures the safe operation. So can I understand it this way? This is the control platform from here, but you have 2 other colleagues working from elsewhere. So if we want to transport an item from point A to point B, then we have a colleague at point A, and we have another colleague at point B. Is that true? Yes. Well, let's suppose that at point A we have a task of transportation. What would you do? Well, for safety concerns, we have to first and foremost set the destination. We have to set the destination, and when we confirm the destination, we are able to hoist the item up in the air. So we need to set the coordinates of the destination. In this process, we are synchronized with all my colleagues. And when there's any mistakes of operation, for example, if there are some communication failures, we are going to quickly switch to cell phones. So I see there are a lot of buttons here. Well, I don't know what they are for, but I can see 2 very big buttons, and on your left and right hand there are 2 sticks. What are these for? So this one is for the main tower, the supplementary tower, the upper section, and also the lower section. If I push it to the left, it will move up. So this is the distance parameter. So this is the main tower at the left, and on the right is the supplementary tower. So I can tell the distance between them, and also the distance between the item to any of the towers. And here you can see the distance between different cable riggings. On my right hand, I can lift and also put down the items. I can raise the altitude of the material that I'm transporting, and I can also raise the decrease the altitude. So you're using both hands, and your left hand is controlling the physical displacement between point A and point B, and your right hand is controlling the altitude of the load. So now let me ask another question. So how old are you? So I was born in 1998. So you're still very young. And how many years have you been doing this? I have been doing this for 2 years. Also, you graduated and then immediately came here? Yes. So what made you make this decision? Because most of the construction workers and operational staff here, they are male. Well, I made this choice because of love. Well, interesting. Can you be more specific? Well, because my boyfriend graduated in 2016, he came here immediately, and I graduated in 2018, and he just brought me here. So, which means that you and your boyfriend, you are both working here in Baihetan Hydropower plants, and you are working on the same construction site. So truly, this is a romance between the constructors of the dam. So, what is your plan after this? So we're gonna continue working in this sector. So I have one tiny question, and I saw a question from the comment area, and they are asking, what are those cameras for? So there is a camera that is facing you directly, and what is this camera for? So this is a anti-fatigue system. So if the system shows that you are operating under fatigue, then it will give you some reminders, and it will remind you to rally up your spirit so that you are always working with this high momentum and spirit. So what are the other apprentices that can guarantee safety? Well, there are quite a few. For example, we have another camera, which is right at the top. We have, for example, here, we have a surveillance camera screen, which allows you to take a sneak peek of what is going on at the other fronts. If you run into any problem, you will troubleshoot them immediately. So my understanding of this apprentice is that right in front of you, you have a camera that can measure the level of exhaustion, and then the system will be able to remind you if you are working under pressure or fatigue. So all this is designed to ensure safety. Exactly. So just now we had a couple of questions with our female operational staff here in this control room, and we took a sneak peek of the control platform. We got to know a little bit about the operational process, and she explained to us how she is using the modern transportation system to transport materials and loads from one side to the other. So this is a very simple two-story building, and the second floor is for control and operation. The first floor is just for you to take a rest. Dear viewers, stay tuned, and we are continuing with this live stream program. So just now we took a look at the control room of the cable riggings, and I was told by the commentators saying that this is slightly different in that the control room is separated from the riggings. Yes, they are separated, and there's a distance between the two. It's not one person that is able to complete all the processes, and she has to work together with her colleagues, and also there are a lot of safety apprentices, for example, fatigue monitoring, and also confirmation of the destination spots. Yes, we also have an anti-collision system, which is an automatic system. The key is to guarantee collaboration with other systems so that you don't collide with other loads when you are transporting your load. So this is the first time that this system is used in the construction of the Baihetan hydropower plants. It has been proven very effective because operational mistakes can oftentimes result in a lot of safety incidents. Our viewers say that they have a lot of interest in this cable rigging and loading system, and they want to ask you more about what are the features and characteristics of the cable rigging system here. So the cable rigging is mainly for large loads of, for example, concrete cements and also metallic parts, and also some of the equipments and systems used in the construction process. Because we are operating in a valley, you can see we are in between two mountain ridges. If we use cable rigging, we are able to very easily and smoothly transport loads from one side to the other. This is the most efficient system for loading transportation. So is this system designed particularly for this kind of a landscape? Yes, but it can also be used in other landscapes. And because there are many different types of cable riggings, and for Baihetan, we are using this horizontal system, and we have vertical cable riggings, and we also have many other different designs. For example, in the Three Gorges Dam construction, we used a different approach. But this is the largest hydropower plants currently under construction. We are using also the largest cable rigging system in the world. So again, let me repeat this, and the Baihetan hydropower plant is the largest of its kind under construction in the world, and also it is here that we have the largest quantity of cable rigging machines. And just now we saw 7 of them, but they are of different height. Yes, they are of different size and height, because this is decided or determined by the landscape of the operational site. So most of them are 30 meters tall. So one of the questions is very interesting. And she said that we just saw the control room, and we want to take a closer look at the cable rigging system. And can we actually climb up a cable rigging system and take a closer look? Yes, you can do that. And right now, we will bring you to the inside of the structure, where you will be able to see the protective system and also the control console. And you can also maybe take a cable and have an experience of a traveler. So as Captain Lee has promised, then we can board on a cable and take a closer look at the landscape in the valley. Welcome.
做一下自我介绍啊。
Good morning. So, why don't you introduce yourself? I'm from the Hydropower Division. I'm the Deputy Party Secretary Jiao Xiang from the construction team. So, it's a great pleasure welcoming you here. Thank you very much. So, right in front of us, we have this green-colored cable rigging machine, and you can see that this is also the number 7 set. So the number 7 is the smallest, and later we're gonna climb on top to a height of 25 meters. So that is why we are attaching you with this harness here. Well, let me be very frank with all the viewers today, and before putting on this PPE, I didn't feel nervous at all, but right now with me putting up this harness, I'm getting a little bit nervous. Well, you don't need to be, because our PPE is very well designed. We have a band at your chest and legs and also waist, so we are able to accommodate a load of 135 kilos. Well, that's a lot. So in reality, if our operational staff, they want to climb on top of the cable rigging system, what are the safety measures we have here? First, you need to put on this harness, and this has to be properly put on, and then you have to use it in a very standard way. For example, we have 2 hooks here, and this is like the fail-safe equipment, the second layer of protection. When you are climbing up, you cannot unhook both of them. You have to do one by one, and also when you are on top of there, you have to hold firm to the handrail and also guarantee a physical balance up there in height. So later you're gonna climb up this rigging system with me? Yes, of course, no problem, and it's on me. So you can see that right now, I'm all set. I'm ready to go. Well, now I feel a little bit assured, touching my hand, laying my hand on the harness. So, what is the height of this rigging system? So, first we're going to climb on the lower platform, which is 25 meters. So if we go to the very top, and it's more than 30 meters. And if you go to the very top, and it's 60 meters. So dear viewers of CGTN, now are you ready? We are going to climb up this thing. So can I get a pair of gloves? All right, just follow me. So we have to stay alert, because I have no experience doing this before. And I'm now climbing very narrow stairways. So now we have 2 engineers here. My name is Ma Fenjian. I'm the maintenance team. I'm Chen Tao. I'm also on Division 4 of the maintenance team. So what is this room? So this is the electro control room. All the movements of the cable rigging, they are controlled here from this room, because we require the highest precision of transportation, and this is the top-notch level in China as well as in the world. So you're telling me that all these different riggings, they are controlled independently? Yes, exactly. Well, is everything normal here? Yes, and we are ready to go. Let's move up. Well, let me remind all of you that this climbing is conducted with the guarantee of professionals. We are also wearing professional PPEs. Well, let me also remind our cameraman to pay close attention to safety. So you can see that this
刚
is
才说到这个距离，其实距离地面距离并不高，但随着
truly a very narrow
明
stairway.
显的感受到
As I climb up,
在塔上的风要比地面要大一些。
I can feel much stronger wind.
也更加的辛苦，因为他还要手持我们的设备。现在在我的面前，
I feel sorry for our cameraman because he has to
台
climb
阶之后的
while holding the
白河水电站的
camera
库区
and other
继续向上。
equipments. And right now we're going to climb up.
尽管之前有过相关的准备，但依然还是有些紧张。
I was prepared, but still I feel a little bit
这是
nervous.
我的麦克风
So right now I have to
同时呢，
hold a mic
紧扶我们
and
的
stay connected to all of you. And on the other hand, I have to hold firm the handrail.
好，请大家
Take
保
your
持
time,
耐
no
心。
rush
那
here.
在我的左边呢，
So please be a little bit patient.
刚
On
才
my
在
left hand,
平
you
台
can
上
see
看到的各色缆机，而远
the
处的机
different
呢是高塔架。
colors of the cable rigging system, and right in front of us, far in the distance, we see some very
但
high
内心还是
towers.
有一些
So I'm climbing up only a very low and short platform, but still I feel a little bit nervous.
向下看去，这就是我们现在目前
Now if you
距离
look
地面的距
down,
离。
you can feel how tall we are from the ground, and this is 25 meters actually.
的库区，其实25
And
公
far
里
in
来
the
说，
distance,
在我们城市当
you
中
can
25公里
oversee the
差不多并不
reservoir.
感觉很高，也就是几层楼的。
So
但是
if you are climbing upstairs in a city, and 25 meters is only a couple of floors, but right now I'm breathing hard because I haven't done so for quite some time. So this is something we do on a routine basis, and every day we do this at least once. So we feel that this is very good scenery.
我有这样的感受，就是我们爬上来之后，除了对于体力的消耗之外，其实如果第一次
So
爬上这么高的塔架的时候，
in
心里
addition
还是会有些
to
紧张的。
feeling a little bit exhausted, and there is also a little bit nerve here. So let me ask
队长您呢？
you a question. So how many years have you been doing this? For me,
您二位在
29 years, and for me, a little bit
爬上
more
来之后，
than 20 years. So was it like so when you first climb up this? Yes, you have to be bold and also meticulous. You have to be very well prepared, and then you're ready to go. So this is what this job needs and requires. So we have to guarantee our own safety, and most importantly, we have to ensure the safety of all the staff working on this system. Only with safety can we deliver a smooth progress of the project. So before we board on the cable rigging, let me ask you another question. What is the load capacity? Yes, there's no problem because it has a loading capacity of 13 tons in working conditions, and the upper limit is 33 tons.
今天啊，
So this is the extreme scenario.
前2天的气候相比，这里的风不算很大，但是来到江心当中，其实
Well, compared to yesterday,
还是会比地
the
面
wind is not that strong, but coming to this level of the platform, you can feel this stronger wind. And so how resistant are we against the wind? So we are able to cope with the wind at the degree of 12. And so here at this part of the country, we have more than 279 days Now, throughout the year, that has a strong gust of the wind. So that is why we have to be able to cope with the strong wind. In the meantime, we have to ensure smooth and effective operation, even in the conditions of wind. So what is the tolerance of wind here for normal working conditions? So when the wind reaches level 7, we have to suspend our operation. So ladies and gentlemen, now let's board on the cable and move to the center of the river. My name is Ye Miao. I'm from the maintenance team of the hydropower station. And my name is Zhang Yongchang. I'm a colleague of him, and I'm also from the maintenance team. So how is the maintenance work? So we have completed the maintenance inspection, and we are ready to go. All right. We are now boarding on the cable. So we are moving from the platform all the way to the cable. Each and every one of us is wearing PPEs, harnesses. In spite of this, we have to be very careful moving forward. And we are keeping a distance with one another when we move forward. So what we need to do next? So right now you need to put the hook on the hand drill here. So we have to follow this procedure very strictly, just for safety's sake. So right now I'm hooked with this hand drill, with this harness. And so what are the precautions we have to pay attention to? So before we start the operation, we have to tell the control room that we are ready to go. And we are going to be moving at gear 2, which is very slow, and this is designed as so to ensure safety. So what is the speed that we can reach? So for today's job, we are only gonna stick to gear 2, but we can reach also gear 8, and that is 8 meters per second. But we are loading human beings today, we won't try that speed. So because this is the first time we're doing this, so that is why I was just told by the General Secretary that the speed is designed as the gear 2. I don't know if you can see this, but today we are having very good weather here. There is no wind, the sunshine is not that strong, so it's a very blessing day. So before we go, so do we have to be careful about some of the movement on this cable? So first we have to guarantee that all the PPE is well in position, and also I'm going to remind each and every one of you to stand still and hold firm the hand drill. But I can tell you the overall process will be very stable and steady, and there's nothing that you should feel worried. All right, let's get ready. Hold firm the hand drill, and we are ready to go. So now you can see that I'm tied firmly to this harness, which is hooked on the hand drill. I'm also holding the hand drill. All right, I was just reminded by the control room that everything is ready and we are ready to go. supplementary tower of number 7,
我们其实还是可以感受到，
cable
尤其是在
rigging,
缆车
gear 1, please.
刚开始运行的时候，它还是会有一个启动的时候有一个渐动的过程。
Well, I can tell you, it's a little bit, there's a little bit of turbulence when this system was kicked off. So we are now in a process of acceleration. We are accelerating to gear 2, and this is the maximum speed allowed for carrying human beings. So that is why I told you that when we are transporting human beings, it's very stable and steady. So we have some systems put in place, and each and every day we have a maintenance time of 1 hour. Each week we have 8-hour mandatory maintenance, and each month we have a mandatory maintenance time requested at 12 hours. So according to what you just said, we have maintenance, we have routine inspections, and each and every day we have our maintenance staff documenting the maintenance efforts. So at the very center of the platform, so we have those wheels rolling. So what is this part of the equipment? So this is our torque. This is just part of the torque system, and you can see that the diameter of the cable in the very center is of the diameter of 108 millimeters. So this is just like the torque system. So where does the power come from? So the power comes from the machine room of the main tower, and so this is just like a friction system, and the power actually comes from the machine room. So we interviewed a young staff born in 1998. So let's suppose that we are transporting item from point A to point B. So she received the request, and she was also requested to set the speed at gear 2. So this is her task today. Exactly, her task is to transport us from point A to the very top of the center of the river. So for cable rigging, the operation is very challenging, and it requires the collaboration of many different people. Suppose we are transporting a load from point A to point B. We have people commanding and controlling the whole thing at point B and also point A. So point A and point B, they have to synchronize the information and send them to the control room. At point B, there are people responsible for receiving the load. So this is to say, for any given task, there are at least 3 people working on that and coordinating the mission. Now, if you look back and look down, you can see how far away we are from the ground. And right in front of us, this is truly a very open area, and this is the reservoir part of Jinsha River. So now you can see that we are gathering speed. So we are getting very close to the dam, and you can see that there are many flags on the dam. And today we are going to finish pouring the roof floor of the dam. So where is that? So this is at section 16. So later when we are on top of the dam, we are able to see that exactly. Well, a couple of minutes into boarding on this cable, I feel much assured, because I'm blessed with this beautiful scenery all around me, and you can see that we have a cable rigging system number 4 and number 5. So which cable rigging system is responsible for pouring the top floor? So I can see that there is a drone shooting this scene right in front of us, and let's say hello to the drone. For those who haven't got the opportunity to sit on a cable car like this, I can assure you that this is an exhilarating experience, and you can see this, you can hear this roaring sound already. So we are saying hello to all our teams from the cable car. I don't know how many of you have got a chance to board on such a platform. Here beneath me, you can see that the river is ejecting in the air. It's such a ferocious flow of water. And now you can see beneath me, we have two beams of a river ejecting in the air. If you watch closely, you can see this rainbow reflected in the steam of the river. And you can actually see that the cementing work is currently underway. So altogether we have 800 tons of cement, and if you calculate, it's more than 900,000 times of transportation. So we have to ensure safety for this many times of loading work. You also guarantee efficiency, and this is a project of roughly 10 years. And you have to ensure resilience and reliability of the project. So this is our responsibility. So right now, cable rigging number 3 is pouring cement on the roof floor. You can see that it's carrying a flag that reads all the way to the top, and everybody has been waiting for this historic moment. And beneath us, you can see these two very strong and narrow beams of water ejecting in the air. Standing from my position, you can see that right in front of us is where our studio is, and I don't know if you can see this from here. And now let's take a look at the comments area and see what are the comments left by our viewers.
其实站在这里，带大家看一下江景，也是一件非常惬意的事情。没有想到，
Well, standing from my position, I can guarantee you this is a very nice view.
好，我们现在看一下网友的评论。我现在已经拿出了手机啊，我们现在
And now let's read a couple of comments. I have my cell phone in my hand, and some are saying that truly we admire the wisdom of the Chinese people. And another comment reads, I came here immediately after my graduation. It's a great honor for me to be part of this significant project. A lot of the people are saying that this is the project of the country and they are very proud to be a Chinese. Well, I'm standing here. I feel very strongly your comments.
在我们的正对面，其实不知大家能不能够看到
In front of us,
一行标语：
I don't know how many of you can read the slogan,
大国重器一定要牢牢掌握在。
and it reads as
我想这应该是
that the true and real technology of a country must be held firmly within the hand of our own.
信念。
And this, I believe, is a faith of each and every one of them working on this project. And let me have a very short interview with all of you. And I think you have been on this project for a very long time. And right now, right here, standing at this cable car with the strong beams of the Jinsha River ejecting in the air beneath our feet. You have been working for years on this project. And what do you feel right now? Well, I feel very privileged, and it's a great honor. Starting from 2013, we have been working here. We witnessed the first block of cement, and then the pouring of the first concrete block in April 2017, and then the operation of the cable rigging, in particular, the adjustment of the system in weathers, the wind and storm. And I can tell you that we have dedicated a lot to this project. And right now, seeing this is about to end, I can tell you that our work did not end up in vain. Well, I have been working on this for 10 years. In 2011, I came here. It has been roughly 10 years. So this is a result of all the hydropower practitioners in China. For 10 years, we worked day in and day out. I have the privilege to be involved in all the major hydropower projects in China. I feel very excited because we can make a dent on the Earth. We can leave a landmark on this planet Earth. Hundreds of years later, when we are no longer here living on the planet, I would feel very relaxed that we left something on the planet. So you said that in 2017, the first block of concrete cement was poured. So the construction, the pouring of the concrete cement has been consistent up until this very final day. Exactly. Now with the breeze and with this nice view of the river, dear viewers, let me tell you that we got a secret of the success of this project. We walked very closely to the cable rigging system, and we also heard the personal story of a very young female worker who is operating this significant and sophisticated system from the control room. And we are now on board of this cable in the middle of the air. And without taking the first step, you can never imagine that you could reach this far. And all the people, just like what I have said, they took their very first step. It is exactly because of the many steps in the air that this dam is about to take its shape. And for me, this is an eye-opening experience, but for them, and this is their day-to-day reality, and it's only by walking here, talking to them, can you feel the dedication and great efforts made by our heroes. Again, my name is Zhu Xinwei. I'm a reporter from CGTN. I hope that one day you are able to come here also to enjoy the breeze and beautiful scenery of the river. So back to my colleague at the studio. Latest right now and how far
红梅、志刚两位好啊！那我现在呢就是在白鹤滩水电站的大坝上，正如你们刚刚所说啊，目前这里的施工已经进入了最后的一个倒计时的状态了。那您看我身后的这最后一段就
construction, and you can see that this is the last and final part of the cement being poured on the roof floor, and I learned that the construction work has
那到了今天，经过这24小时的努力之后呢，现场您可以看到，基本上已经收面完成了，只剩下这最后20平米左右的一个区域在进行浇筑了。那么我们看到，
and you can see that this is the final leg of the construction, and you can see that it's going very fast, and now the last part of cement has been put on the roof floor, and this signifies that this is the final step of the construction, and right now the dam is able to stop the river and also form a reservoir, and also the Baihetan Hydropower Plant is the mega plant in China, and it's made in China. It's a mega plant for hydropower. Well, let me tell you that here we have a 16 gigawatts installed capacity, and here I have a figure which shows you the landscape of this plant. And so this is the dam. This is where we are right now, and when the dam is fully built up, the river will be stopped, and also the 16 gigawatts machines installed beneath this dam, and they are the core equipments of the dam, and it is here that the water flow will be able to push the running of the turbines. And when these 16 turbines are operational, each and every day, they will meet the electricity demand of 500,000 people for per year. So now let's talk a little bit about the MEC plants. So the total installed capacity is 16 gigawatts, and this is the second largest, second only to the Three Gorges Dam. With it entering the final leg of the construction, we are getting closer to the date of the official operation, and we estimate that by July this year, the first part of the plants will officially enter into operation, and later it will be joined by two additional power plants, and it will form a gigantic eco-power system. And the electricity it produces will be transported to Jiangsu and Guangxi, and each and every year it will produce roughly 62,443 million kilowatt hours. So that is why we expect and we hope that this date can come soon as possible. All right, thank you very much.